Decoupler disengaged. Go for departure.
Frameshift drive charging. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one, engage.
Kingfisher megaship vanishes. Pilots Federation alert. Contact has been lost with the Kingfisher megaship in the Hyades sector YOQB51 system, just over a day since its arrival. The Kingfisher was equipped to transmit signals to the interstellar anomaly named Taranis, with the goal of opening communications with it should such a possibility exist. Over 3,000 supporters of the Xenopeace movement were aboard the megaship when it departed the Andavangel system. Rani Zaman, a spokesperson for the Thargoid Advocacy Project team monitoring long-range comms with the megaship, issued a statement to the media. I regret to say that all attempts to raise the Kingfisher on any frequency have failed. The last message we received was highly distorted, but seemed to be a distress call. We are asking for immediate assistance to locate the megaship and provide whatever support may be needed. The Federation responded by cancelling the temporary permit restriction to the Hyades sector YOQB51 system for all vessels except fleet carriers. This permit was arranged at the request of Congressman Dalton Chase, who played a key role in procuring the Kingfisher megaship for use by TAP volunteers. With access to the system reinstated, federal investigators have been dispatched to assess the situation. Observers have confirmed that the Taranis anomaly passed through Hyades sector YOQB51 at faster than light speed. As with the other rogue signal sources, Taranis continues to move towards the core systems. The coming of Taranis. As the rogue signal sources draw closer to human-occupied space, work is underway to initiate peaceful interspecies negotiations. Dr. Elias Pope is a graduate of Orion University with degrees in interstellar relations, political science, and xenology. He has recently joined the Kingfisher megaship's crew to oversee the Thargoid Advocacy Project's diplomatic mission. In an interview with Vox Galactica, Dr. Pope explained his role. Like most of the Kingfisher's crew, I volunteered to take part in this operation. It feels like my whole professional life has been leading to this opportunity. Many of the fine people here feel the same way I do. If there's even a chance that we might begin properly talking to the Thargoids, well, it'll be historic. Loria, my assistant, tells me
Orbital flight engaged.
there are some media-friendly names for these anomalies now. As a scientific purist, she's very unhappy about that. This first one has been labeled Taranis. It will transit through the Hyades sector YOQB51 system at tremendous speed, so we won't have long to snag its attention. But that's what we're aiming to do. The megaship has an impressive suite of audio-visual, electromagnetic and hyperspace transmitters that will broadcast to Taranis as it approaches. We'll be trying everything from flashing light patterns to multi-frequency data bursts. Establishing common ground is key to any negotiation, so I've composed messages that impart universally recognizable concepts such as mathematical formulae and star charts. These should illustrate our intellectual prowess and capacity for reasoning. The best case scenario is that whatever controls Taranis hears us and responds in kind. We must at least attempt to make peaceful overtures. Even if we fail, it would signify to humanity that there are many people willing to make the attempt, no matter how dangerous. Wish us luck. The Kingfisher Xenopeace mission. Pilots Federation alert. The Kingfisher megaship has requested supplies for its planned journey to greet the first rogue signal source. Shipments of basic medicines, fruit and vegetables are required for the Kingfisher's crew, who will be joined by over 3,000 supporters of the Thargoid Advocacy Project. Semiconductors and Mon imagers have also been requested to establish the mission's communications arrays, which are being designed to initiate contact with the Thargoids. Congressman Dalton Chase gave a press statement regarding the initiative. Now that we know the approaching anomalies are Thargoid, many are concerned that hostilities between our species will escalate. However, a brave group of volunteers see this as an opportunity to prove that diplomacy can work. An alien race has sent emissaries toward humanity's space, and it is our duty to meet them with words rather than weapons. The first of the anomalies, which we have named Taranis, is predicted to pass through Hyades sector YOQB51. Using the high-level protocols available to Congress, I have successfully obtained a temporary access restriction that grants an exclusive permit to the Kingfisher. A range of broadcasts using multiple techniques will try to attract the Thargoid's attention. Hopefully, the entity will slow down long enough to give some acknowledgement of these attempts. The delivery initiative in the Andevangel system is being managed by Deutsche Elite Piloten Interstellar. In order to protect deliveries to Blenkinsop Hub, the faction is offering increased payouts on bounty voucher redemptions. Coalsack Nebula reports Thargoid activity. The human colonists in the Coalsack Nebula has raised the alarm after Thargoid forces appeared several systems. Following recent attacks on human assets in the California Nebula, it appears that the Thargoids have again sought to occupy systems where barnacle fields are present on planet surfaces. Councillor Louis Lechurch, representing the Alliance Expeditionary Pact in HIP-6 2154,
Frameshift drive charging.
provided the following to the Alliance tribute.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Our ships regularly patrol between the populated systems in this region. We had the first reports of non-human signals this morning. Obviously, we've seen Thargoid activity in the Coalsack Nebula several times before, but this time was different. It's not an attack as much as an occupation. We witnessed a huge upsurge in these signals in multiple systems. Over a couple of hours, it felt like Thargoid activity was visible on scanners wherever our ships looked. It's exclusively in areas with barnacle sites, too. Now, there's no secret that the Thargoids aren't happy with our interest in the meta-alloys those sites produce. But this time they're not attacking ports, or either the Spirit of Nissa or Song of Meki megaships. It's like they're waiting for something. The described behavior matches similar Thargoid incursions into other populated systems in recent weeks. Researchers in the nebula have withdrawn from ongoing field studies of barnacle sites, citing safety concerns. In other news, Azimuth Biotech has announced that the Glorious Prospect will distribute the Mbuni permit from the LHS-1163 system, instead of the T-Tauri system as planned. Federal authorities offered protection to the megaship to reduce the travel time between the two locations, granting combat pilots swift access to the anti-Xeno weaponry offered at Prospect's Deep. Public unnerved by Palin announcement. The announcement that the rogue signal sources heading towards the core systems are Thargoid in origin has caused unease within the general public. Protests in systems on the edges of human space have taken place, demanding assurances from local governments about their safety. The failure to establish a collective human fleet to counter Thargoid incursions has left many concerned about what the future may hold. Casey Kilpatrick provided this report from Castellan Station in Lathe. Colleagues across
Frameshift drive charging.
multiple systems have confirmed that the impending arrival of the rogue signal sources, termed Stargoids by some in network media, has led to a shared sense of anxiety. ICE networks are seeing
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
high interest in topics related to Thargoids, with negative sentiment aimed at politicians and military figures seen as responsible for the Proteus Wave event, which perhaps attracted the anomalies. Witnesses report families transporting all they own to ships bound for the opposite side of the bubble. Palin's opinion that humanity may not be ready for what happens next has been criticized as needlessly alarming. While Palin is a brilliant scientist, his communication skills have been called less than ideal in recent days. Yet his supporters, particularly among academics, have argued that it would be cowardly to hide the truth. If humanity is truly in danger, the statement at least could prompt a fresh allocation of resources to military organizations while also giving independents time to prepare. Vista Genomics has reportedly contacted the team working alongside Professor Palin with a proposal to share its genetic database with ongoing research projects. The potential importance of such data may precede an increase in payments to those who record and submit genetic samples. The news has also caused a stir across most financial markets. The main issue is the unpredictability of what this could mean for primary industries and their ability to maintain traditional supply and demand. the cost of goods and services may be impacted across clusters of systems. The Bank of Zounds has announced it is monitoring the situation and is preparing several potential strategies in the event of an interstellar recession. In conclusion, most are left with a rather unpalatable course of action: to sit and wait. No superpower has announced a means to prevent the Thargoid anomalies from reaching us. Palin's announcement has hypothesized on what the signals may be, but could not confirm what they will do. It appears that we will all find out together, for better or worse. Xenopieces reject prediction of war.
Orbital flight engaged.
X-Ray, we're pleased to have you with us. Enjoy your stay, Commander. Access authorized. Cleared to land at Docking Bay 08. You are approved for automated docking.
Landing gear deployed.
Docking successful. Perform landing checklist. It's good to have you with us, Commander.
All right.
If you can get a package from A to B without trouble, then I have a job for you. How would you like to earn some credit? All while only breaking a handful of laws. How would you like to earn some credits? You might have to...
What can I get you, Commander? Trading, selling, or both? Feel free to browse my wares. Will that be all? Suit yourself. Makes no odds to me.
Haven't been able to sleep at all.
No
We're actually
rush.
talking here.
I need a courier, like yesterday.
Have you ever done any courier work? I need someone discreet.
All right.
Landing gear retracted.
Landing locks are off. Take care when exiting the port. Patrol out.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage. Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
The Guardians. Physiology. The Guardians were a bipedal race, and the typical Guardian was taller and more slender than the average human. They had small round eyes, a vestigial nose, and 4 digits on each hand. Their vision was superior to that of humans, while their sense of smell was poorer. Their senses of hearing and touch were roughly equivalent to our own. The Guardians had pinkish red skin, but there was some variation among ethnic groups, with tones ranging from pale pink to deep crimson. They also had serrated bony ridges on the outside of their forearms, which were used as weapons during their early history, when they were still semi-primitive pack hunters. The Guardians' environmental needs were broadly similar to those of humans. Their homeworld was warmer and had lower gravity than most Earth-like worlds. And when they began to colonize other planets, they typically favored ones that shared these qualities. The Guardians had 2 sexes and reproduced viviparously. Procreation was a matter of personal choice, but each individual was obligated to be a parent at least once in their life to ensure the continuation of their genetic line. The average gestation period was around 300 days, and infants were effectively helpless for a period after birth. Much like human young, infants were raised in communal crashes rather than by their parents, in keeping with the collaborative philosophies that underpinned Guardian society.
DeLacy Alpha November X-Ray. Welcome to this federal facility. Please observe all standard docking procedures. Okay, Commander. Proceed to landing pad 09er. Assisted docking initiated. Further FSS scanner upgrade released.
The Guardians. Society. The Guardians' social constructs were the key not only to their rapid development, but also to the stability that defined the halcyon days of their civilization. Although the Guardians had a natural tendency towards collaboration, it was not until the end of the First Civil War that this tendency had a measurable impact on their society. The social reorganization that followed the war included the creation of statutes that defined not only individuals' rights, but also their responsibilities to each other. As the Guardian Society developed, further laws were passed that required individuals to participate in socially progressive activities, from caring for the young to conducting scientific research. These responsibilities were supported by the state, which made education and information freely available to all. For most
Landing gear deployed.
of their history, the Guardians had no formal faith, but the creation of the Monolith Network precipitated the emergence of a nature religion that decried the veneration of technology. Although this religion
Landing sequence completed. Ground crew have been dispatched.
had its roots in the Guardians' long-standing reverence for the natural world, it quickly became a radical movement, violently opposed to the use of neural implants and other advanced technologies. Ultimately, however, this new religion was to endure for only a short period, its existence cut short by the destruction of the Guardian Society. The Guardians. Technology. The Guardians' pre-industrial history was in many ways similar to that of the human race, with the development of tools and agriculture proving central to their development. But one respect in which they differed was in their understanding of biological engineering. The practice of selective breeding in order to eliminate or promote certain genetic traits began before the First Civil War, and as the Guardian Society progressed, their skill as genetic engineers developed in step. After the war, the Guardians developed the ability to enhance their immune systems to guard against infection, and engineered specific microorganisms to eliminate biological threats. Genetic manipulation also played a part in prenatal care, which involved the removal of hereditary diseases and other undesirable conditions prior to birth. The Guardians were an ecologically conscientious people who assiduously avoided the use of rockets and fossil fuels. Their first spacecraft lacked any form of internal propulsion and were fired into space with electromagnetic launchers. Pilots and passengers were cocooned inside bubbles of breathable